Hello, my name's Mark Troutman. I'm a litigation attorney with the law firm of Isaac Brandt, Ledman, and Teeter, and I'm here today to talk to you about another issue on public records law. Now, for every public office, obtaining the costs associated with producing public records is always very important. This makes sense for two reasons. One, your office often doesn't have the necessary resources to give away public records for free. And second of all, it truly makes citizens understand that they're getting something as part of a process. Now, in dealing with the costs associated with public records, it's very important to follow some simple rules. First of all, you cannot charge for the time that it takes for your employees to go out and get the records. Your employees would have to be there anyhow. So it doesn't make sense that you could somehow charge their hourly rate just because they have to get public records. The court says it's part of their public duty to get those records, so you can't charge extra. This means if you have somebody that makes $10 an hour that sits at a copy machine for 6 hours in a day, all you can still charge are the reasonable copy costs associated. Let's turn to the issue of reasonable copy costs. The Attorney General's office did a study on every sheet of paper and every ounce of ink and costs for copy machine maintenance and so on, and came to the conclusion that 5 cents a copy seemed like a fair value. Some other entities, 10 cents a copy may be fair, but as it increases from there, the copy costs inevitably tend to be more questionable. Not to say that higher copy costs couldn't be justified, but be careful if you start charging too much in excess of 10 or 15 cents a copy. Now, you do have a duty to produce public records in any medium that it's reasonable that you could turn the documents over in. What this means is the new wave of request is people are saying, please go ahead and give them to me on a CD. So you have to think what it was the reasonable copy cost for a CD. Most often this is somewhere between $1 to $3. So someone might say, give me everything scanned in on a CD, and you would have a duty to charge $1 or $2, even though you might have 400 or 500 sheets of paper. But again, this makes sense because you can only charge the reasonable copy costs associated. This also involves issues like inspection. Since you don't really have any copy costs, you can't charge anything. And also electronic transmission. Again, you wouldn't have copy costs, so we'd advise you to look very closely if you're trying to collect any costs. The last issue with costs is that the law specifically provides that you can collect copy costs before producing any records. So go ahead and give your requesters an estimate of how much it'll cost, and feel free to collect that amount before sending them your records. This is in all issues in public records law. You should pay attention very closely to details. And if you have any questions on this or other topics, feel free to give me a call. Again, Mark Troutman with Isaac Brandt, Ledman, and Teeter. My phone number is 614-221-2121. Thank you.